Hey there, viewers, and welcome back to Bestie. Did you know that someone in the US has a heart attack every 40 seconds? As scary as that sounds, it happens. Heart attacks affect over 800,000 Americans every year from things like stress, unhealthy eating, and a sedentary lifestyle. A heart attack occurs when the blood flow to the heart is blocked. While there is no guarantee that you won't experience a heart attack in your life, there are some lifestyle changes you can make to lower the chances. You may have heard of unhealthy foods for the heart, but what about unhealthy beverages that could contribute to heart attack? Wondering which drinks you should cut out? Sure, soda is bad, but what about fruit juice? Should you be cutting back on coffee? What about energy drinks? In today's video, we'll be talking about all the drinks that may lead to a heart attack. Number 1. Diet and regular soda. Let's kick off our list with the obvious choice, soda. Loaded with over 10 grams of sugar and 0 essential vitamins and minerals, soda does nothing but harm the body. But how does it impact the heart? The culprit is probably not a surprise. It's sugar. Not only does it cause a spike in insulin, which further promotes weight gain and metabolic disorders, but also causes severe inflammation, which leads to compromised cardiovascular health. Swap your regular soda for a combination of sparkling water with fresh fruit juice squeezed into it. Which healthy beverage will you swap with soda? Tell us in the comments below. Number 2. Coffee. Unable to start your day without a cup of joe? A good old cup of black coffee will not only wake you up, but will also boost metabolic rate for the rest of the day. However, the high caffeine content causes the heart to beat faster, which may lead to uneven heartbeat rhythm. The stimulatory effect of caffeine also increases blood pressure, which is a major risk factor when it comes to heart attack and stroke. Elevated blood pressure may damage the arteries over time, which makes it difficult for blood to travel to the heart and brain. Number 3. Fruit juice. Fruit juices are the easiest ways of adding essential minerals into the body. They come with a caveat though. Since they're loaded with sugar, drinking copious amounts every day may lead to diabetes, dental cavities, heart disease, and stroke. Every juice you can think of contains sugar and lacks fiber and pulp, which are rich in several nutrients. You may think the sugar in fruit juice is healthier than artificial sweeteners, but that's not the case. Drinking over 5 ounces of any fruit juice each day will undo the health benefits. It would be better to eat the fruit whole instead of drinking its juice. Number 4. Energy drinks. Energy drinks like Gatorade and Red Bull may be good for athletes involved in high-intensity sports, but they're not for everyone. Packed with the combination of caffeine and sugar, along with numerous other energy-boosting ingredients, they have been linked with various heart problems. These include abnormal heart rhythm, sudden cardiac arrest, and heart attack. Other than that, drinking just one energy drink will cause a significant rise in blood pressure, which is an open invitation for heart disease. Number 5. Alcohol. The conversation about whether or not moderate drinking is good for you is always a topic of debate. Heavy drinking, on the other hand, is linked to a number of health concerns, which includes high blood pressure, heart failure, and stroke. Excessive drinking can also contribute to a heart muscle disorder, which makes it weak. What's more, alcohol can contribute to obesity and the long list of health problems that go along with it. It's a source of excess calories and a cause of weight gain that can be harmful to the heart in the long run. Number 6. Supersized milkshakes. Milkshakes are pure bliss, especially on a hot summer day. Sadly, they're not so great for your blood vessels. Milkshakes are topped with high-fat cream, whole milk, artificial flavoring, and large amounts of sugar. This high-fat drink makes some unhealthy changes in the blood vessels and blood cells. If you work out or eat right otherwise, then downing a cheeseburger with a milkshake won't be a huge deal. However, if you continue with a super high-fat diet, it will increase the production of a specific enzyme linked to stiff blood vessels and heart attacks. Number 7. Liquid coffee creamer. Coffee creamer and sunblock have more in common than you can guess. They both contain an ultraviolet radiation blocker that doubles as a whitening agent. This liquid additive has been proven to cause liver and tissue damage because of all the chemicals they're loaded with. Yikes! Not to mention, coffee creamer is typically sprinkled with trans fats, hiding under its lesser-known name, mono and diglycerides. Aside from its connection to compromised heart health, it's been shown to diminish memory in adults under 45 years old. Many brands also use TBHQ in their recipes, which is a form of butane. Number 8. Bottled tomato juice. Eating tomatoes is great. They're excellent sources of vitamin C, lycopene, and antioxidants, which lowers inflammation and reduces the chances of chronic disease. So, how is it bad for the heart? Once it is juiced and bottled, a tomato loses all its benefits. Regular tomato juice isn't as delicious, so the companies add loads of sodium. The sodium content is so high that it touches over 25% of your daily sodium intake in just one glass. High sodium is linked with raised blood pressure, which we all know is not good news for your heart. Number 9. Eggnog. It's no surprise that creamy, full-fat eggnog is bad when you have high cholesterol, so avoid it whenever possible. But keep in mind that any sugary beverage or whipped cream-laden drink could pack on both calories and saturated fat, jeopardizing your low-calorie diet. The presence of raw eggs also increases the chance of food poisoning. The high amount of saturated fats and equally high amount of sugar are the top 2 factors responsible for the increased risk of chronic illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. Before we move forward, are you a diabetic? If you are, then check out these 13 foods diabetics should be eating. Now let's get back to drinks that may lead to a heart attack. Number 10. Sweet tea. While eating right, make this a rule of thumb. Never eat anything that has the term sweet written on it. Just one small bottle of sweet tea is loaded with over 95% of your everyday sugar consumption. In short, the more refined sugars you eat, the more insulin is released. This means greater risk of obesity and cardiovascular disease. Even if you aren't overweight, drinking sugar-laden teas has the ability to increase the risk of dying from heart problems. While we're on the subject, let's check out some foods you need to stay away from. Number 1. Processed meats. Did you know that eating just 2 servings of processed or red meat twice a week is linked with a 5% increase in cardiovascular disease and mortality? Processed meats like bologna, deli meats, and pepperoni are particularly harmful because they are preserved by smoking, curing, or salting, along with large quantities of chemical preservatives like nitrates. Not only are these chemicals harmful to the heart, but they can also lead to diabetes. Fish, seafood, and plant-based sources of proteins like legumes make for a healthy alternative. Number 2. White rice, bread, and pasta. White bread, rice, and pasta fall under the high-carb category along with ranking high on the glycemic index. High levels of processing remove many healthy components in whole grains, such as dietary fiber, minerals, phytochemicals, and fatty acids. High levels of processing also destroys the food's natural structure and adds ingredients that are less healthy, particularly trans fats, sodium, and sugar. Making them an occasional snack makes more sense and won't harm your heart. Number 3. Pizza. Say it ain't so! We're sorry, but yes, pizza contains all the ingredients that harm your heart in every possible way. It's one of the worst foods for your ticker, made with refined flour in the dough, fat in the cheese, sugar in the sauce, and, if you add pepperoni or sausage, saturated fat, sodium, and nitrates in the processed meat toppings. Nothing about pizza is good for the heart. High in calories, packed with unhealthy fats and artificial preservatives, pizza can only be healthy if you make it the right way. Number 4. Ice cream. This one has to be a no-brainer. Ice cream is high in sugar, calories, and saturated fat, so it makes more sense if you're saving it as a special treat. Eating food that's loaded with fat and sugar leads to weight gain, which can also drive up triglycerides and lead to a heart attack. Cut your calories and fat by choosing sorbet, low-fat or non-fat frozen yogurt, or frozen fruit bars. A heart attack can be fatal, but recognizing the warning signs beforehand can save your life. Eating the right food is the easiest way to keep your heart healthy. Other than these beverages, you should also steer clear from trans fats, saturated fats, and sodium. If you're wondering what the signs of a heart attack are, then check out 12 signs that you're going to have a heart attack soon. Also, keep your eyes open for 8 signs your body gives you a month before a heart attack. Watch one or both of these videos to recognize and avoid a heart attack. How do you keep your heart healthy? Share your ideas in the comment section below.